Hello guys, today I'm in an exhibition hall with a lot of people going past, and we can have a quick look right here at the directory board. And up here we've got Tokyo Auto Salon KL 2025, and you can see some of the highlights going on here. And here you can see a layout. I'm going to take you for a look around here and show you what is going on. And before we kick off this video, I'm going to say two things. First of all, this it's the third one I've been to. It's the third show. So if you want to see show number 1 and show number 2, just drop down in the description. I'll throw you some links down there. And the second thing I want to say is it's Sunday afternoon and it's just coming up to 4 o'clock. I've been so busy all week, I've not been able to come to the show. But now I am here and oh dear, it is rammed with people. So we're going to fight through a lot of people tonight to see what is going on at this show. It is crazy. So congrats to the organizers because they are making this show work clearly. So let's hit into it. So from the main entrance, the first car I see right here is this classic Sora that has been built by Trust and Gredi. And you can see the 3-litre engine now has a twin turbo on it. I'll just pull you in and zoom you in for a look at that. Absolutely amazing. And I really love this. I really love it when companies pick a classic car to build up. Now this is one of the cars that came from Japan. And I came here on Wednesday when they arrived in containers and they were unboxed in the loading area out there. So I'm not going to hit on these cars too much this time because I've gone through them already. The Liberty Walk F40, Smokey's VR32, this Sora, the Amemiya RX7. There's quite a few absolutely amazing cars. I've done them already, so I'm going to brush on them, but I'm not going to hit into them deeply in this video. So if you want to catch them, just go right up into the link now or check into the description. Anyway, let's carry on. And man, it is teeming with people. Next up, I'm standing near this anime girl in a race suit. Let me just pull you around and you have a look at her. And a lot of pink going on. I mean, if I stand this way, I feel like I'm in a Tokyo backdrop. But this is an Itasha booth, and I want to show you this car because Itasha isn't quite my thing, but I kind of like the way they do it. I like the way they just go overboard and the vibe that comes with it. And this Mercedes is absolutely full on, and I really like these rotiform wheels with all sorts of colors going on. There is so much going on in this wrap. It is unbelievable. Let's give the owner a bit of a plug there. But this has got a lot going on, and I don't know the detail of the story, but that is absolutely loud and looks pretty good. And then right next door we have an NSX that is right down on air suspension. Now I've seen this car before, actually. I know this car, but it is really, really nice. That blue with these white wheels and those blue NSX calipers, and you see the vents and everything there. Man, that is absolutely stunning. And then the third car in this booth, we've got another Itasha going on. And there is a lot happening on this car. They're kind of like these forged carbon mirror covers as well. And here we've got a very small Itasha MX-5. I'm not sure the context. And in fact, we've not just got forged carbon mirrors, we've got forged carbon door handles. Looks pretty good. And you see all this wrap is super loud. Man, these guys are going to stand out. So we're going to leave all this Itasha madness in your face style behind for something that is much more quiet and clean. A Truno A86 looking absolutely stunning. And then right next door, we've got one of the most famous cars now in Malaysia. This FD3S joined the Gumball Rally when it came to Malaysia last year, and it's earned its place in history here. Man, it's an absolute stunning car. All the wrap, everything is still on it. In fact, we got Gumball 3000 written on top. And then next door, we have a new gen GR86, and that is kitted and looks amazing. In fact, this is up for auction. Man, someone lend me some money, please. Normally, when you come to a car show, the girls have a certain style. This lady looks like she is going to the opera this evening. So now I want to bring you the star of the show, but I have a problem. I cannot get near it. That is the Liberty Walk F40, first time outside Japan, but luckily I have a plan B. because on Wednesday it unloaded here and I went right through the car in detail, made a whole video on it. So if you want to see that, drop up into the link right above now or drop in the description. I've got a whole video explaining this car in detail last Wednesday, but today it is mental here. Everyone wants to see this car, everyone wants to get close up. So I have got no chance and I'm going to leave it and crack on with looking around the show. Next up we have a classics, and we start right here with this Testarossa. Absolutely stunning, so original, so beautiful, just completely nails the period in one car. Anyway, this actually belongs to Akash, and he was telling me he's got 6 cars in the show, and I'm here actually on Sunday evening, and I got to say a big congratulations to Akash, because just 5 hours ago he won with his driving partner Adisak the TSS race at Sepang. An incredible drive when it started raining in the final few laps and they sliced through the order. So a huge congratulations to Akash. He's one of Malaysia's fastest and most amazing drivers, and he hit the win up on home soil in front of his fans literally about 4 to 5 hours ago. And there is his car right there. But in fact, he told me he's got 6 cars in the show, and his collection, I don't know, it's got 200 or 300 cars in it. Next up, we've got this Cadillac on air suspension, which I have seen before, and it actually goes up and down. And the cylinder on that air suspension is like this to try and get that huge thing up in the air. Then we've got this absolutely stunning Cadillac, and then I absolutely love this Galaxy, which is the second of Akash's cars in the show. He told me he's got 6. I've seen 1, I've seen 2. I've got 4 to go. In fact, I've got 3 to go because I've seen this Corniche here, convertible. Absolutely beautiful, man. Unbelievable. I am already running out of superlatives, and I've been at the show for 20 minutes. Here we've got a row of 3 FL5s, and they look stunning. And look at that, with a clear engine cover on it. All that carbon detail in there. Removable steering wheel with all the push buttons on it. Let me just zoom a little bit in on that so you see it. Beautiful cars. And this one, again, kitted up, looks fantastic. All white, white wheels. That looks absolutely amazing. Got to squeeze past a lot of people here today. And the third one here, I really like this, the blue and those kind of blood red wheels look absolutely amazing. A lot of spoon parts on this as well. And you can see all the upgrades going on in the engine there. Absolutely, 3 amazing cars. I'll just come back to this because I really like the way this has been done with all the Mugen stuff on it and the stickers. And then on the end, we've got an FD that is also looking pretty clean and pretty nice under there, and a lot of Mugen parts on that as well. And in fact, we can just nip in across and see how much work has been done to this car. This looks like it's got all Mugen parts, well actually quite a lot of other brands on it. Lot going on this car, and it's quite discreet as well. So it's a little bit of a sleeper. This Beetle is absolutely mental. Look at the way it's right down on these crazy wheels or wheel covers on there, and this wrap. But what I like is this detail. You see this key a lot on cars. It used to be a fashion. It's kind of gone out of fashion a bit, but you don't normally see it motorized. That is quite neat. Got a very nice Civic in a classic Honda F1 racing livery. I like that. But then we get to this. And I am not even sure what on earth that is, but somewhere under all that, I think is a Mini. Absolutely amazing. It's some sort of off-road crazy rally buggy built on a Mini, but look at the arches coming out and the way it goes around. And look at the width of the arch there, and that's huge cooler on the front. And we've got a lot of mud and rally kind of stuff. And they got a snorkel that kind of goes in multiple angles up to the roof. That is absolutely amazing. I totally love it, but I have absolutely no idea exactly what is going on. Here we've got an EG that has been completely tricked out in spoon parts, and this guy is very handily put a lot of pictures of everything's done on the car, so you can just look down there and read what is going on. But it's really next door and this that I'm interested in showing you right now, because what I love in Malaysia is they go crazy for K-cars. There's no country outside Japan modifies and customizes and tunes K-cars like Malaysia. The scene is unbelievable here. I mean, in Thailand we have a small hardcore K-car scene, but they don't go to this extreme. And this is just a perfect example to make my point, because this is just over the top completely. We can see here, he's put a list of everything he's put on this car down here. But I have no idea exactly what's going on. I just want to pull it back and show you that, because that is completely over the top, and I absolutely love it. So next up, I have seen something very, very familiar. This Veilside RX7, ignore the Malaysian plate. This is actually a Thai car that has come down for the show, and I know this car very well. It's just built a few months ago by the new Veilside importer, and he is also looking after the booth here today. Kunard over there with his back to me underneath the sign. Need to go and have a word with him and let him talk properly through this car and what is going on, because that is just an amazing high quality build. And here is Mr. Veilside Thailand and Mr. Veilside Malaysia these days and everywhere else.
Okay, so my name is Art, as you may have met me before. So this is Veilside booth. This is the second time of Veilside in Tokyo Auto Salon, Kuala Lumpur. So I am here with the Fortune 7 in ocean blue color. For this car, it has been made in Thailand with the full body kit, including the Veilside Andrew Porsche 20-inch wheel. Also the interior as well. The interior is a full Veilside, including full bucket seats, shift knob, and Veilside combat steering wheel. Let me show you the engine. This car equipped with 13B rotary engine with the turbo street pod. The horsepower of this car is 450 horsepower, so it is more than sufficient to be used in Thai road.
And here is one of my favorite garage owners in Malaysia, a guy who built A31s like no one else does. And today he's got the full family with him and his hands full. But I need to go down to his garage at some point and stalk him and show you what he builds, because it is absolutely amazing. So from one absolutely mental and loud and over-the-top RX7, I'm going to leave Max and all his family alone right there. We're going to go straight over to another absolutely crazy RX7. Now, I saw this at Retro Havoc. I can't remember this year or last year, but man, that is so over the top. It is unbelievable. I mean, what do you say about that car? But I really like it. I mean, it's just so wide. It's got real period split rim wheels, and that gold is crazy. So now I've got some incredible race cars I found that are going to shock you. A Ginetta G55 GT3, a 360 Modena Challenge, a Caterham CN, and a Ginetta LMP2. And then if I just nip through all these people around here, we've got a Resto Mod 944, and then we've got a Drift BMW with an LS3, we've got a Lexus engined 86, and we've got another 86 on the end. And they all belong to this man here on the phone, Zen Low. So I need to tell you about these cars, but I don't know anything about these cars. So I'm going to ask Zen to introduce his drift cars, because I've never seen them before. And then Fick over there, he knows the race cars. I'm going to ask him to introduce the race car. So let's hit into this.
Here we have a Ginetta, a G55, a GT3 car owned by Zenlo.
So you can have a look inside a Ginetta GT3, and actually it's more sophisticated than I'd have imagined, with this kind of F1 style steering wheel, all the switching, all the Alcantara there, race seat, Ginetta harness, and I like this detail here. The pull handle is alloy with Ginetta cut out of it. That is really neat, and quite a bit of carbon fiber as well going on.
On to the next one. Here we have a 360 Ferrari Challenge. So this is a race car actually. This is a race car, but a retired one. So still in a very good condition. The paint is nice, and then the body itself is nice. We fixed it a little bit with all the dents and everything, but all in all, yeah, it's a beautiful car. And I believe this is the only one in Malaysia at the moment. And then on to our left, this is a Caterham 300R. I'd say this one is it's a big go-kart, yeah? It drives like a go-kart, but bigger in size. So out of every car here, if you ask Zenlo himself, he will say this is one of the hardest cars to drive, because everything is mechanical. It's like driving a go-kart, yeah? Well, it requires a lot of physical strength from you. No power steering, no nothing, no aids, so you drive it properly. And then the next one here, oh, this is the good stuff. So this is LMP2, also by Ginetta. It's a G57 Ginetta LMP2 car, yeah? So this car was made in 2016. It has a full carbon body. So the weight for this car is actually 900 kilos. Powered by an LS engine at the rear. About 500 plus horsepower, but it can go up to 700, I believe, with a sequential pedal shift gearbox. So with this car here, when you take corners, it can take up to 3G, which is about 6 times of your weight pushing you the other way. Say if you go right, 6 times of your weight pushing you to the left, to the opposite side. Very, very physical. Very, very mental challenging as well, because the cockpit itself is very small. So when you're racing, let alone 24 hours, yeah, it's stinking hot in there.
Right guys, my name is Zen, and if you don't know me, I race for a living and I also do a bit of drifting here and there. Today we are at Tokyo Auto Saloon, our final day, and allow me to quickly introduce you the remaining 4 cars website. This is my latest build, a 944 Turbo Resto Mode, aka Ripper. And my very first Porsche many years back was also a 944 Turbo. And back then I didn't have the opportunity or the luxury to do whatever I want. Today I had this opportunity again, so this is great. And this is how I want my 944 to look like. And it turns out to be really stunning. I love it. And over the weekend, in fact, I have a lot of inquiry. People are asking me, Zen, do you want to sell this car? Well, the answer is not for now. I'm just going to enjoy the car for a little bit more. As soon as I finish building the car, I'm going to take it to Sepang and give it a really hard drive on this 944 Turbo. Moving forward, this is my drift car. It's a BMW E90 4-seater, aka mothership. Now you know why it's a mothership, because it carries people. Now what I have in here is the LS3, a twin turbo by Garrett. This is my second engine over the last couple of years. The first engine was an LS1. Obviously I blew it due to too much anti-lag. So I learned my lesson, and this year, this time around, we make sure that that's not going to happen. So we have detuned the horsepower from 800 down to 580 just to keep the reliability. It's a very difficult car to drift because it's very heavy, especially when I have 3 passengers. But nevertheless, it's still a good fun because this car allowed me to share with a lot of my friends and the follower out there, give them a real experience what a drift car really feels like. So it's a great machine. Next is the GT86, aka Katana. The reason Katana is because this car is under the brand of Autobag. Autobag is a big brand from Japan, and the heart over there is a 430. Basically, it's a 3UZ engine which that power the Sora 430, and this is a full NA. It sounds incredible. Doesn't have a lot of horsepower. It's got a 380 at the wheel. But in terms of the top, it's over 400, so that's plenty for a car like this because we have reduced a lot of weight on this car. Technically, I think we have reduced almost 300 kilos of weight on this car, so that makes it very easy to drive. In terms of driving, I prefer this car over the mothership, and but ultimately, it just sounds incredible. Last but not least, there is a GR86 Cup car. This is my son's race car. This is his first year. He debuted his racing career this year, and so far he's doing pretty good. 3 podium out of 4 races, so pretty proud of him, and I hope he gets faster and continue to score more podium.
And in fact, I'm going to go straight off the racing point and show you the Bozo stuff because I absolutely love these cars. BWB are here at the show. This is a new Mercedes Bozo build. I mean, what can you say? I saw this at Retro Havoc first time a couple of months ago, so I'm not shocked anymore, but this is just absolutely amazing. I just totally love this. You're getting a Mercedes and doing the Bozo thing with it. Man, it's going to upset people for sure. And look inside at that dashboard. That is absolutely crazy. We've actually got 4 Bozo builds here. This is super nice as well. And I love the colors. I love the big arches on it. And the whole wrap and everything like that. And the whole cooler hanging off the back. The Skyline sedan, absolutely amazing. We can actually walk around this way and see those big Bozo pipes hanging off. I mean, this Bozo pipes hanging off a Mercedes, unbelievable. Sexy Mercedes-Benz #1. What can you say? That is just nuts, and I absolutely love it. We just better quick look at the other Bozo builds here as well, because this is a famous one. These 2 are famous Bozo builds belong to the organizers of BWB. That is stunning. It's changed color a couple of times, and then we finally got this Hakko pickup build, and that is just absolutely amazing. What the BWB guys do is unreal. And in fact, I just want to look down at this and look at those wheels and those kind of wheel covers on there. That is crazy. There is so much green, so much going on there. This car used to be in red cabin livery. Then it was in this style in red and yellow, and now it's purple and green, and it looks absolutely amazing. And these exhausts are unbelievable. You could dismember yourself on this really easily. And I like this Godspeed you as well. In fact, what an angle if I pull you back and you see these exhausts coming up like that. Completely amazing car. And then Keen's Hakko build is also absolutely cool. Really love that. I mean, my eyes need a rest now. And here, if I don't knock my stick out on all these pipes, is the man behind all the madness. The BMW doctor. Man, that's a thing. Nice to meet you, bro. These guys do crazy, crazy stuff, and I absolutely love it. And here's a man with the craziest Golf build in Malaysia, the most outrageous, over-the-top, amazing car. So this guy I've actually never met before until today. This is his Camaro. And man, the first thing I got to say is, I love these wheels. They are absolutely over the top, and I cannot even see the size on them. 20-inch, man, they are amazing. That car, it's the works. And in fact, this is left-hand drive, and you can see some carbon detailing there on the handbrake. You can see an upgraded steering wheel. It's all picked out in yellow, and it's been signatured by a few people, no idea who. And also here on the rear wing. And then we've got a rear wing with a gurney flap in carbon fiber. And man, that looks really strong, and it is right down on air as well. But I just love these wheels. They are totally over the top. And here we've got two Pandem cars, and we've actually got 4 girls walking past, so I better wave to them before we go on. 5, in fact, and an absolutely epic hairstyle there. Anyway, back to these Pandem cars. We've actually got a girl having a photo taken with this car, so we'll keep out of the way of that one, and we'll go and look at this, because this is really amazing. I absolutely love this kit completely, but it's all in black. It's a little bit hard to see, but you look at this huge ducktail on the back, and that really integrates super well. And down here we've got this aero floor and this diffuser there, which is also really nice. And you can see we're working backwards here, the air exits here and all the aero pieces. But what I kind of like on this is some of these extra pieces kind of look like 3D printed. We've got this piece here where the air funnels there, and then this skirt wraps out here into these barge boards, and they look absolutely epic. That is a very unique style, and I really like that, and the way it's got the cutouts in it, and it kind of feels like it's all been 3D printed on top. It's running on work wheels. And then we'll look around at this front here as well. I've got a lighter bit in the way here, but this is a neat detail. We've got the dive plates coming out, and they've got kind of this aero piece here, and then this brace holding the splitter in place. And it's got aftermarket lights that look really, really cool. We'll look around the front of this, and that looks absolutely amazing. All one piece front end on it with an air intake there. Very, very nice car indeed. I'll just pull you back, but it's black unfortunately, so we cannot see a lot. And now actually the lights have gone off and we can get a clearer look. And this lady here, who is absolutely dressed the part, is going to open the back. So we should see the air suspension going on here. And that is very neatly done. You don't often see, if I can see it, a GR86 with an air in the back like that. A small boot just fits in, neatly done. The whole car is really amazing, and this ducktail, for me, is probably the best part of the car. Well, this lady is also absolutely super cool looking. I've got a lot of custom details in the car as well. Right, so I'm going to drag myself away and just have a quick look at this, because this is also absolutely amazing. I love these two Pandem kits, and now it's cleared a little bit and we can see the detail on this, and that is completely amazing. And I like this, we've got these 5 round holes, and it actually mirrors the 5 round holes on the barge board there. Very neatly done, and also both are running on similar work wheels. Just pull you back a little bit so you can get a better view of this car. So I've just hit my second problem of the show. My first problem of the show was the Liberty Walk F40. My second problem of the show is the top secret booth, and I've arrived super late here on Sunday afternoon, and it is full of people. And here we've got Beer by Oaks, Supra, come down from Thailand. Then here we've got an R32 with all the R35 powertrain in it, a VR32, the only one that Smokey ever built. And this was on the unloading day, and I've made a whole video walking around this car in detail. So stay tuned for that coming up very soon. And then we've also got Beer by Oaks GTR R34 on the end here. So 3 amazing top secret cars. And here we have the organizer over there hanging out on this booth. And you can see people are interested in these cars. This Supra Mark V, it really is an absolutely amazing car. I mean, I've seen it quite a few times, but it's just so unbelievably amazing. And in Thailand, whenever it comes out, people go absolutely crazy. And I would say, although Beer by Oak has got some amazing cars, R34, R35, 350Z, the whole work's done top secret. This is the one that people just go completely and utterly crazy for. And there's a man walking past carrying his air suspension with him. Anyway, that brings me right onto this Spoon FL5, and that looks really, really nice. And this has been signatured by a lot of people. And then right next door, I kind of love this wrap on this BMW here and all that carbon detailing in there. Absolutely amazing. And I also just have a quick look at the driver here. So we need to look at this. And to be honest, for a second, I thought that was the biggest splitter in the show. But on closer look, it's a paddling pool that this car is sitting in. I am not sure why. And in fact, that is the reason. It is advertising windscreen wipers. But I was pretty confused then. I've seen some outrageous stuff in my time. But you can see that angle, how I could make a mistake like that. And then also, while we're on the booth, we also better point out this lady here. You too as well, thank you. So here we have a Corolla, and you know I've got a weak spot for this generation of Corolla because in Thailand people are building them and doing a lot with them, and they're kind of a fun car, and when you do them up, they look really, really cool. But this is an FX, a rare sporty edition built by Toyota, and that is standing there, and obviously in Malaysia as well as Thailand, the FX must have quite a strong status because they have put it on its own in this box, and it does look absolutely amazing. 7 cars came to the show from Japan that I showed you in my video last week being unboxed last Wednesday. Today, when I'm actually shooting this, is Sunday. Anyway, 2 of them are here. This completely crazy Crouch built R35. They are looking at what they say is an R36 concept. Now, I need to take you around the back because around the back it is completely mental, and I really like this. But this car and also this RE Amemiya built FD3S concept, both of them I've made a whole video walking around them. I shot a whole video walking around them when it's peaceful, when there's no music and no people. So both these cars I'll be bringing you complete videos on very soon, so stay tuned. Please hit me a sub if you want to catch up with these in absolute detail, but for now I'm going to keep going. I don't even know what most of these wheels are, but if you want to stand out from the crowd tonight in KL, Sunday night, and get noticed, just stick any of these on your car and you are going to get noticed because these are over the top. This wrap is so loud and so over the top. I actually had to stop and think and work out what car was underneath this. But underneath here is a Mercedes with a few extra things like aftermarket wheels, this carbon fiber wing, and an elephant asleep. And then I have never been one for Mazda crossovers, but in this case, I need to stop and take a look. And here we've got pure madness. Underneath there, I think there's an R35, and underneath there's a Veilside, I think. But really, I don't want to bet on it. And here we have another one of Akash's cars. I showed you some earlier on, but this is a Gemballa 997. And that is incredibly rare. And I saw this in their garage a while ago, squashed up against the wall, squeezed in with a load of other cars because they packed their cars so tightly. Now we can kind of see it out in the open and get a really clear view of this car. And those exhaust exits are amazing. So I remember this car really well. It won the Sepang 12 Hours this year. but it isn't at the show on this booth. We've got it here again, but we've got a GR86 with a girl on, dressed up in a very similar sort of livery. And maybe for a lot of people who watch my channel, a GR86 in this kind of wrap is an upgrade on a 296. But actually, we've got some pretty nice cars here. We've got a Silvia that looks absolutely fantastic. And then we've got a GR Yaris, and we've got a Civic with various body kits on them. This is a local market car, a Produa Myvi. You see, it's got a bit of a ducktail on the roof there, but we look around the side. Look at the stance and the fitment on that. That is absolutely unbelievable. And I'll show you the front as well. Again, completely crazy. Look at that, it looks distorted. And then it takes you around the front and you can get the whole angle much better. And you can also see it's got a bounce sticker in the window. So I'm going to leave the horse for a minute and I'm going to take you outside and show you the car meets, because it's crazy. The car meets here every night, well, all day and evening on the loading bay. The Malaysian people do the pop bang thing like you would not imagine it, and that will all be going on here. This is the view of the Malaysian Porsche R35s cruising around the city, people with phones. Banging away, but I am the only person out of all these people who's wearing earplugs, which I put back in very quickly. So we're going to leave the pop bang and we're going to hit the drifting. Drifting on a small scale. That is absolutely epic. We've got the Liberty Walk Ferrari F40 right here. We've got an AE86, man, we've got the whole works going on, and a little bit of a close bumper to bumper driving. We've got some absolutely amazing Zeds along here, and you look at the kit on this, that is absolutely stunning. If I can take you around the back, because this wide body box arch is huge. This rear wing, everything is going on in this car. I like this a lot. Got all the Pokemon theme on it. That is really, really interesting car. Kind of like that a lot. And we've got more R35s here, but there are so many people here, it is hard to get a close look. But look at that, man. That is absolutely stunning. Running on these big gold wheels. There's a lady taking a photo, not looking so happy. So we'll keep moving along. And then this one here, another one down on air. A lot of detail work there as well. And I kind of like these wheels with a carbon effect in them. Man, that is absolutely amazing. Right down on air. And in fact, we can look, he's got a Perspex cover and he's got this inside here all in gold. We've got another R35 here. Again, with a similar style kit, gold wheels, absolutely outrageous cars. I mean, Malaysia really does crazy over-the-top R35s like no one else. I look at this and how many colors and what is going on here is unbelievable, and that is flat to the floor. Walk you around the back, but we can't get through because the pop bang is going here, so they're looking. We'll look on the back end of this. Those gold exhaust X's and that huge in-your-face diffuser. It looks like, I don't know, something like a chopping meat. And then I like this rear wing actually here, because this side profile is really neat. Jeff Bosch with a hashtag, man. I think he's going to be the boss if he's driving around KL in this, because there is not much to touch this on the visuals. And we're going to carry on walking very quickly because the pop bang is going to appear very soon again. We've got another one here with an Itasha wrap on it, and that looks scary actually. That looks absolutely crazy. We've got one here, a little bit more subtle, all in black. And then we're getting to ones that are more stock. I mean, I'm not going to say stock with all that carbon fiber aero work on it, but not as crazy as the ones down there. But you can actually see all the crowd is standing here and they are waiting for this car to pop bang. And my ears don't need this, so I'm gonna go walking the other way and see what else we can see. And over here we've got all the JDM favorites. RX7 there, we've got Impreza here, 200SX, Man Sylvia, and an FTO. FTOs are pretty rare to find in Thailand, pretty rare to find in Malaysia. Then we're hitting the Skylines, we're hitting the Evos, a big row of Evos, an R33, 2 of them up there. Man, absolutely amazing. We also need to have a quick look at this because here we've got the local market car dropped in, all done out. The GTI version is very, very cool. I actually love these. It's kind of like a 3-door Evo. Very, very cool, very slippery shape. Then we've got a full hit 200SX with a dude on the front. I have no idea, but I'm guessing in Malaysian culture, here's a big guy. We're hitting the Skylines again. We've got an EK and then an A31. And this A31 has also got this dude. And I gotta be honest and say, I have no idea who he is, but I like to stop and look at A31. So we'll have a quick look at that. Quite neat fitment on that. Then we've got an RX7, an NS, an NSX, and an MRS. Man, we've got all the JDM legends in one row down here. And on the other side, you've got all the R35s. Completely and utterly, all the boxes are ticked here today. So after showing you the car club thing and the pop bang thing, it's time to follow the crowd and head back in to the peace and quiet and aircon. So we've got a shipping container here, but it's worth a look. So we've got a JS Racing Civic in here. That looks really nice. And if I can spin you around and get past all the people, we've got another car, another Honda decked out JS Racing style. And this time it's an S2000. That also looks pretty epic. And I'll spin you around again. And let's look at this from the side, because that is a really nice job. I really like these big carbon fiber slats here. And on the back, we've got a massive rear wing with swan neck mounts, racing style, all adjustable, and a completely carbon fiber top as well. That is a very nice looking car. And we've got more aero actually going down here as well. Man, that could distract me pretty easily. And then I'm going to spin straight over because it seems like we've got another one over here as well. I actually no idea what all these booths are doing, but that is also really nicely done. That has got massive anti-dive plates on it, carbon bonnet, and we look around the side, carbon door, carbon mirrors, all carbon top as well, and another massive rear wing with swan neck mounts. Man, beautifully done. So we've got 2 JS Racing S2000s here, and they both look absolutely epic. And then we're going to finish in this corner because we have RWB. And man, you really cannot get enough RWB. We've got 2 here, one in black with a bit of white on it, and the other in white with a bit of black on it. Spoon is super popular in Malaysia. There's some amazing spoon cars, and we'll start with this classic Civic and then move on to this NSX race replica. Man, that is really, really nice. And I'm just going to pull you round the front and show you what is going on. And there is a lot going on. Look at the amount of parts that they've got on this. And then we've got 3 more EKs, all spoon done, all with the bonnets up, all looking absolutely immaculate. And again, you see what is going on. That is unbelievable. That must be the whole spoon catalogue for the EK on these cars. Absolutely amazing. And then we get to a Mini. And this was making a lot of noise with the sound system earlier on. So I avoided it like the plague, but that has got a lot happening in the back there. And then we got this Mitsubishi wagon. And man, that is wide as anything. Look at that wide body kit on a wagon. That is absolutely amazing as well. And then we got stance, man. Some really nice stuff here and quite a bit of stuff I have never seen before. And then we've got 86s, we've got Camaros, we've got the FD3S that joined the Gumball, and in fact it's got Gumball on the roof. Man, absolutely amazing car. So I rocked up here on Sunday evening right at the end of the show, and I got to say a big thanks to the man here.
No problem, man.
The grey Mazda 3 pop bang expert. One of the most famous car media in Malaysia, because he gave me a ride from Sepang and did a detour past my hotel so I could get changed and not smell everyone out really bad here. Big thanks, man.
No problem,
Much
man.
appreciated.
Anytime for you, man.
And here's a man who is absolutely everywhere in Malaysia and Thailand and places, and prolific on social media, and the owner of this car I just showed you. So this crazy robot camera, which I really want, because I think if I had one of these, I could stay at home and send it to car shows and car meets for me. In fact, maybe I could even sit at home in Bangkok and use my PlayStation and remote control it to the Auto Salon KL. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, it is built by this guy here standing next to Harris. He's a university student and he's creating a startup for this. And this is actually his third prototype. And it's absolutely epic. Here's another car that came from Japan, and we can actually get to see this. This is a Century. And when I saw it the other day in my other video, it actually was sitting high. Now they've dropped it down on air, and that looks absolutely crazy. That is a real Tokyo Midnight Gin Palace on wheels. Then we have the Gredi built Sora. Now, when I made my video of the unloading day, the bonnet was down, and now we can actually see inside, and we can see that twin turbo setup. You can see everything custom in there. Custom radiators, so many upgraded parts on this car, and you can see the carbon fiber panel there, and you can see it's even got Gredi dampers holding the bonnet up. That is an absolutely beautiful car, and what I said in my original video, I really love to see companies like this building classic cars. Absolutely amazing. And while we're here, we've got an engine sitting on a plinth. So that's it for my look at the Tokyo Auto Salon KL 2025, the third edition. I'm just spinning past this, which is absolutely epic, and the same for this Amemiya RX7 concept, and the one that's a street version, and then these crazy Veilfires. I mean, you look at the size of those Brembos and what's going on there. So anyway, that's it for my look at this show, and unfortunately I apologize because this year I could only come down the final few hours on Sunday. So I hope you like the look. I wanted to bring you, I've also brought you edition 1 and edition 2. So if you want to see those, drop down in the description. I'll put them both down there and you can catch up with the first two. This one has got even better this year. And I got to say, I hope the organizer isn't watching my video, but don't come on a public day because it is crazy crowded. And this is the Liberty Walk booth. No surprise. I'm at the end of Sunday, the show is winding down, and the queue to get to Liberty Walk is still absolutely massive. We can get a little bit closer to the F40 now. Well, maybe not as close as I thought we could. We could get a little bit closer, but we've also got girls having their photos taken with the car, and that is going to make it even more crowded. So we're going to duck away from that again and carry on walking around. So end of my video. As I always say, thanks for watching, really appreciate it. If you want to watch more videos like that, just look at this girl going past. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit me a sub. Thanks for watching. I mean, for me, Zenlo's cars were some of the highlights of the show, and the BWB guys right behind. Some absolutely epic stuff here. The cars they brought from Japan, I think, are absolutely amazing, totally fantastic cars. I am always happy to see the BWB guys here, although I worry one day I'm going to garrote myself on one of their exhaust pipes. This is absolutely stunning, absolutely. The guy's right there as well. Anyway, I'm struggling to get through anywhere. We've got top secrets here, and I just zoom in on this girl doing selfies of herself. Right. And these cars, obviously, they've been on my videos so many times, we'll leave them out, apart from the VR32 in the middle, which I've done a whole walk around. Anyway, I need to just duck out of people's way because everyone wants to see the top secret cars. I'm going to turn around this way and try and get away. I really wanted to bring you this. I brought you the first two editions, and I'm here at number 3. But the first two, a lot more detail, a lot more planning, a lot more preparation. This one, I just throw in what I can together, avoiding the music, avoiding the noise, avoiding the people. But hopefully you got a snapshot because this is a fantastic show. The organizer does a fantastic job to put this together, and this is the best year yet. The best cars from Japan, all of them absolutely nail it. And then you've got things like this come from Thailand, which I showed you before. And I'm actually ending up at this thing. What I showed you earlier, this is some sort of a Mini. I have no idea what is going on, but underneath all that crazy off-road stuff, there is a Mini. And on that note, I'm off. See you next time.